Andrew Tate has been arrested on trafficking charges. Many people, some are for him, some are against him. Either way, this could possibly be the most important video you've watched on this issue. There have been many allegations against him, and just yesterday, a left-wing journalist or activist came out and said, Andrew showed me his webcam business room where he forces women against their will to make porn and sexually assaulted someone close to me, both in the same day. He says that he went to Romania in 2018 and visited his house. And he did, because he went with me, okay? We'll get onto that. I'll explain what's happening here, how it's happening. The allegations you're probably going to see. You're probably going to see rape allegations against Andrew Tate from 2018. I'm going to explain to you how they got to that position, because this is carefully planned and orchestrated, okay? And organised. And it's the same actors all the way through it. So, who is Caelan Robertson? Caelan Robertson is my old employee. He was my cameraman. He worked for me. In the process of working with me, he was contacted behind the scenes, and I found this out when I went to jail. I come out of jail, and I managed to get access to Caelan Robertson's emails. And I started seeing that he'd been working with Hope Not Hate the entire time he'd been working with me. They'd been meeting him, paying him, and getting information off him. Hope Not Hate are an NGO organisation. When Andrew Tate talks about the Matrix, multi-billionaire people who want to control the worldview, one of those men is George Soros. George Soros funds Hope Not Hate. So George Soros funds organisations that attack anyone who steps out of line in the Matrix. They don't just attack them. They create sources of information. I've done an entire documentary on this organisation with covert recordings proving that people are paid up to £20,000 to lie on TV programmes to you, the public. You get lies from sources who are coerced, actually raped, threatened, blackmailed. I put all of this into a Hope Not Hate expose documentary on my Rumble channel. You should watch it if you want to understand how the Matrix operates, because I've already exposed this. But because I'm cancelled and silenced, we can't get it out to the masses, which they actually rely on that fact. They don't care, okay? So this organisation have gone after Andrew Tate. In fact, Andrew Tate getting cancelled. Have a look at this. It was Hope Not Hate, the same NGO organisation, okay, that had him cancelled. So they're in contact with my old cameraman. He's giving them information. He's working alongside all the right-wing media groups. And he starts giving them information. He leaks footage on Alex Jones. He's taking down everyone from within for them. They then blackmail him. Have a listen to this covert recording from Caelan Robertson's own mouth.
We were basically threatened with the most horrendous shit you can possibly imagine for 3 months. Constantly to do this, constantly, because basically why they have dirt on us is when we left Rebel. I don't know if I told you this. When we left Rebel, we were really fucking angry, and none of the media would take all the stuff we had on them. So Nick Close reached out to me on Twitter, and he was like, "Oh, meet up with us." And we were like, "Oh, okay." Like, we weren't working with anyone then, so we were like, "Yeah, fuck it." And we met up with them twice, and we were like, we can write a book on Rebel Media, we can write a book on how they've scammed people and this and this and this and this and this, and we were like really conniving with them. One of the first things they started threatening us with, this only started 3 months ago. We had no contact with them between 3 months ago and leaving Rebel, nothing. They started messaging us saying, "We need to meet you, this is really serious." And then when we met them, they said to George, I wasn't there, "We're going to release all of the meetings that you've had with us, threatening Rebel Media and talking shit about right-wing personalities and bitching about nothing serious, just saying, oh, they're cunts. And they're going to make you, and we're going to basically expose you." And also, we've got 6 signatures from the top trade unionist organizations in the country saying that they're going to come after you, and the government have opened a new department which we're advising on counter-terrorism, which are going to prosecute you for writing scripts which have incited the Darren Osborne terrorist attack. And it was like, they were basically like, you're going to fucking go to jail and you're going to get exposed for meeting with us if you don't work with us. Made really inappropriate, I don't know how to describe it, almost basically like a sexual assault situation towards me when I was really drunk, pretty much passed out.
Fuck, this gets messier and messier.
No, hold on, yeah, okay, and I got really upset and I broke down and I told George about it last week because it's really fucked me up. and George messaged Nick, and apparently nearly got suspended, and like it's fucking, it's a really big mess.
I'll come to Milan to see you. Who'd he come with?
Nick.
He come with Nick, so Nick was with him.
Yeah.
And what did he do when you was drunk?
Nick wasn't there at that moment. Nick had gone home. So we were filming with Lauren, and then they said, like, you've got to meet us. So we flew to Spain via Milan, met them in Milan, literally just had a coffee with them, where they basically just carried on threatening us, and said, you've got to do, like, Sky or one mainstream media thing. And then I went back to London to drop something off and to go then to Spain. So Kaylin was left in Milan for one night. Nick left that night as well, I think. Yeah, Nick left. And then this is when this thing happened. Kaylin said that he was basically really wasted, that he thinks let himself into Kaylin's room. And basically, yeah, Kaylin kind of woke up and was like half naked, like trying to do stuff with him, and then Kaylin said no, and was like, oh, you don't have to tell anyone, blah 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 blah. Kaylin's like really fucked up about it. So this was like 2 months ago, and Kaylin only told me about it last week. So I messaged Nick saying, like, we need to talk, what the fuck is going on? And then Nick said that he's like doing an investigation into it. George also messaged Panorama saying, guys, Hope Not Hate raped Kaylin.
You heard it. He's being blackmailed, threatened. He actually says he was raped by this dark, seedy organisation. But they're a dark, seedy organisation who work with your government, who have politicians on their main lists. They work with all the world's media, Panorama, Dispatches, all of them. They create the source of information, media pumping around the world. Okay. Now this is important to what's happening with Andrew Tate, and I'll get on to why. When I say they create the source of information, Kaylin Robertson, you've just heard it. So this gentleman who's saying he travelled to Romania in 2018, you've heard him saying he's been blackmailed and raped by Hope Not Hate to lie about me. He's been paid, coerced, okay? Now let me clear one thing up. It would be very easy for me to distance myself from Andrew Tate. For me to turn around and say, do you know what? He converted to Islam, which I strongly disagree with. He said some things which I strongly and passionately disagree with, okay? I'm not jumping on that bandwagon like many are, okay? Because I don't believe it's right to do. I could say he converted to Islam because of his misogynistic views. He converted to Islam because he doesn't value women. And that's what these accusations are about. It would very easily package and be suited for me to hammer him whilst he's down, yeah? And blame it all on Islam. Because that would fit my narrative of what I talk about, okay? But I'm not doing that. Because I don't believe that's right. And in fact, when I see lies, I cannot sit here and say that everything they're saying about Andrew Tate is 100% not true. Because I don't know. What I do know is I've known Andrew Tate many years. Listen to this little recording here. Is that the same American girl that they're talking about now then, that's been trafficked?
Yeah, imagine it would be, yeah.
All right, bruv, because it's fucking mad, man. I see they're saying there's 6 girls that were there. That 6 girls have come forward and said they were victims and that they were coerced and abused and violently attacked, all this shit.
Yeah, load of shit, mate, load of shit.
How long did you live at the house, bruv?
Over a year.
Over a year. So you'd have seen everything, you know every one of them.
Absolutely.
All right, bruv, sounds. Just fucking checking. All right, geezer.
Yeah.
Safe, mate. See you later, bruv.
Give me a shout.
Cheers, bruv, bye. He's a Luton lad. I know him, but Tate knows him as well. He's a good friend of Tate from the boxing gym, from Storm Gym. So I've rang him up to ask him. He knows everyone in the house. He knows all the girls that have been there. And in his words, it's bullshit. Now, I can only go off what I'm hearing. I trust that boy. I know him. So unless these are the best illusionists who have put on a different scene to everyone else while these girls have been trapped, yeah? How can that be when he's been in the same property as them for a year? Do you know what I mean? I can only say what, and that's a lad I know. So that's what my investigation of bringing someone up and finding out what's gone on in that property. And that's what it's come back with, yeah? So, question everything. Why would I would question everything? Because if they could pay £5,000. Lucy Brown told me a journalist had offered her £5,000 for a front page story, making me into a Harvey Weinstein figure.
Help them with interviews and to get information about you.
How easy would it have been for you to...
They offered me £5,000. For a front page story about you being a twat.
What you could have done, you could have absolutely destroyed me and my life and my name and my reputation. More so than that prison number did. More so than me going in prison could have done. Because you could have said anything and they would run. I got you 6 times telling that individual what they must say. And let's go to the next one.
Gilligan wanted to make it sexualised, and he wanted it to make it out like you basically like Harry Weinsteined me.
Oh my God, man.
Because you're like a position of power.
And you're
you know,
vulnerable.
and like all this shit. And I was like, yeah, so...
When I felt sick, okay, because I found out that journalists were offering money to try and get a young girl to do a Harvey Weinstein story against me. Now, you're Panorama, you're John Sweeney, so let me play the next clip to you.
I call him like a silly little man and stuff. I'm just shouting at him.
Oh, we love that.
It was quite bad.
Could we have that? I'll drop you in it.
I'll have the thing. It will drop me in it. Everything will drop me in it.
Not necessarily.
It was really bad. We had this great big argument in Woburn High Street. Yeah, maybe. I suppose that I did give to the lawyers, and they said, well, actually, this for the case doesn't really work because you're just having a dispute. Doesn't really whatever. But I thought I'd record it just in case. Maybe I'll do that.
That's
It's only audio. It's only audio.
That's fine. How angry does it get?
He gets really angry and then he runs away and gets in the car and drives off. And I shout after the car. It's really bad.
We can clip that bit. We can clip that bit. We can clip that bit. My view about that is that I think doing a kind of gender, a kind of sexual thing against Tommy Robinson is she's working.
John, you said you was clip footage to make. You said you were. Do you have any idea what implications? You tried to turn a normal argument into a sexual matter.
No.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You're taking it. Do you understand the implications? I've got 3 young children. What do you think before you destroy a man's life? Because this is what you were planning on doing.
No,
I've got the evidence.
You misunderstand me.
I misunderstand.
So what I was trying to do was to say to that source that if necessary we would change her gender to turn her, for example, into a man. I've done that on regular occasions where I have covered difficult.
So you're not realising I've got all of this text.
You're
hanging yourself. You're hanging yourself. So John says I'm misrepresenting him, and in fact he was telling her he could change her gender so she could not be identified. Let's just hear that clip again.
I think doing a kind of gender, a kind of sexual thing against Tommy Robinson is.
We can do a kind of gender, a sexual thing against Tommy Robinson. Nice try, John. That's what they're trying to do with me, yeah? When that journalist wasn't successful with that, Panorama stepped in, John Sweeney, wanted to make sexual allegations against me. They wanted to finish my life with false bullshit allegations. Exactly what you're seeing happen now. Now, I can't say it's 100% true, it's 100% not true. What I can say is my previous past with what they've done means question everything. Don't trust a word of what they're saying or doing. Yeah? Now, this is a message received by my ex-wife from Kaylin Robertson when I produced my expose documentary showing how Hope Not Hate operate and how they work. This message is less than 6 months old. It says, thanks for telling the story and the horrible stuff I had to go through, and I am still going through. So there is Kaylin Robertson just 6 months ago saying he's still going through the problems, the harassment, the blackmail, the sexual abuse, God knows what he's alluding to there, from Hope Not Hate. And this is a message, a direct message sent from Kaylin Robertson to Speaker's Corner Steve, who is actually a Reform, the political party Reform. He's one of their upcoming candidates. He says about when I put the story out of the rape allegations. And he also says, again, confirming he was blackmailed by Joe, that's Joe Mulhall, a leading activist or member, employee of Hope Not Hate. Says he was threatened to throw him in jail. said he had the power to do. So just confirming again that Caelan Robertson was blackmailed, threatened, coerced. All the allegations that you're seeing against Andrew Tate all over the media is exactly how Hope Not Hate, the government stooge, the elite NGO organisation operate. And at the minute, their operation is on Andrew Tate. But I also know that Caelan Robertson works with and is an operative for Hope Not Hate. As are many people know, Caelan Robertson actually details when he visited this house in 2018. Now this is where it gets dark, because this isn't new. Caelan's put this post out. This is where you see how this is planned. Because Caelan Robertson, Nick Lowles, the leader of Hope Not Hate, actually contacted me with allegations he was putting forward about me 4 or 5 months ago. Okay, one of these allegations was that Andrew Tate had sexually assaulted a woman in 2018. So this has been planned. It's been going on behind the scenes. This isn't fluke that he's popped up with this allegation now. Yeah, Hope Not Hate are in the middle of all of it. Okay, creating sources, planned it. When he sent allegations to me, he put allegations to me. Some of them were ludicrous allegations. Okay, and he said he was running all these allegations and stories about me. But you've seen, so when Hope Not Hate were working with Caelan Robertson and forcing him to work against me, Caelan Robertson was my cameraman. The only reason why him and this female, I'm not going to name her, they create these sources to pump the headlines. You only get the headlines. You don't get the story. Yeah? You just get the headlines that defame people and slander people and destroy people's names. Now, I travelled out to Romania with Caelan and with this female. We went to see Andrew Tate. We spent time at his house. Yes, he did show us the webcam business. Yes, he did. Yeah. But Caelan's wording is that where women are forced, we don't know that. Yeah. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Everyone. Till all the facts are out, everyone should be viewed as innocent until proven guilty. Now, the female in question, I stayed in the hotel. She was in the room next door. In the morning, the door's open. Andrew Tate's been in the room next door with her. Yeah. She's kissing him on the door, snogging him on the door as I come out of my room. I witnessed that. I saw that. Yeah. We go down, we get in the car. She's texting him the whole time. She spent the next few days working with me in the UK. She's texting him the whole time. I actually believe she flew back out to see him. So Caelan is saying, the operative for Hope Not Hate have been working with Big Tech to get rid of Andrew Tate, which hasn't worked. Yeah. Caelan is saying that lady, because she's the only lady who's with us, has been sexually assaulted or raped. Look at Nick Lowles' message now. Look at this. Nick Lowles is saying I've been covering from with the truth. They're going to lie to you, okay? Unless this lady was raped in the room and decided to snog the face of Andrew Tate on his hotel room door as she was leaving, get in the car, message him, and plan to go back out and see him. Yeah, unless that's what's happened, okay? Because I witnessed it with my own eyes. So when you start seeing the media pumped and you start seeing the news stories making claims of rape from 2018, because this left-wing activist journalist who gets paid, blackmailed by government shady organisations in order to do this, again, you have to watch my expose documentary, which proves all of this, proves how they operate. What I'm saying to you is, if you see these allegations against Andrew Tate, as I've said, I can't downplay every other allegation because I don't know. Yeah, but what I do know is that I saw this girl kissing Andrew Tate on his hotel room door on that morning and continued messaging him, and I believe went back out to see him. So this is a lie. This is a lie that's now being pushed. So if I've seen one lie, and what you get is opportunists, people who think they'll get money. Now, the girl in question that we're talking about was also, listen to this.
One here, yeah?
It's been a minute.
I know, sorry man, I know it's 4 o'clock in the morning here, but I've just got off the phone to Caelan for an hour, yeah? How much have they told you about Hope Not Hate?
Not much. Why?
You're aware they've been meeting with them regularly?
I've met Joe too before. Yeah, I know that Caelan and George have met with them before.
Continually met with them? When you was doing your Borderless documentary, Hope Not Hate flew out to Italy to meet them?
I don't know what they were talking about, but for the most part, I think they're just afraid of them. From what I've been told, it's they're they're kind of blackmailing us, hang out with us or else we're going to get you guys arrested or whatever. So they've just met with.
She's also was a right-wing journalist who was working with Hope Not Hate behind the scenes, getting money off them. Now, she was banned from America and Canada. Yeah, she had a ban, not letting them in. She turned. She went against all of us. She made up allegations against me. Yeah, in order, with an agreement for Hope Not Hate, to get a visa, to be allowed into the country she's banned from. She's now allowed into those countries. So who knows whether she'll play ball with this latest bullshit that they're about to spread about Andrew Tate. Who knows if she'll play ball? You may see her making rape allegations. What I'm telling you is the facts of what I saw in 2018. And that tweet that he's put out is a lie. And I know that for a fact. I don't know what else is a lie. I can only give you my vision of what I've seen. And you're all seeing how when this happens, everyone goes on you. So again, I can't sit here and say, I don't know the ins and outs of every allegation against him. None of us do. Yeah, I wasn't there for most of them. But in 2018 I was. Trust nothing from the mainstream media. Okay? Least of all, when Hope Not Hate are involved, which they are now, against Andrew Tate, and I can guarantee you, you see all the girls who have had any contact with Hope Not Hate, I guarantee you, with Andrew Tate, all of those webcam girls, I guarantee you, over the last 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, Hope Not Hate have been in contact with every single one of them. If you watch my previous documentary, they come in with their money, throw in money, £20,000, say this. They say it. Now these girls are taking their clothes off for a few quid on a webcam. Trust nothing.
Boom.
Do you value the work we're doing? Do you value the content you've just seen? We can't do it without your support. I want you to become a member of our team, our production team. If you can support our work at UrbanScoop, you become a producer. You can sit and watch these films and know that you played your part. You helped us bring them down. You helped us highlight them. We can't do it without your support. Everything costs money. The travel, the security, we need to be safe. We need to make sure our families are safe. If you can support our work, please log on, subscribe at UrbanScoop with a monthly donation so we know it's guaranteed each month so we can progress, get bigger and bigger and bring you better and better documentaries. Thank you.